Hello and welcome. Today's project is all about the worst anxiety symptom. Now, I've talked about all of the anxiety symptoms on this channel. I've talked about heart palpitations, racing heart, hyperventilation, perspiration, body aches, pains, dizziness, so many of them. But today, I'm focusing on the top dog of anxiety symptoms, depersonalization. Now, if you want to go into more of the other anxiety symptoms in detail, click the link above and below after this video to go over the other anxiety symptoms. But today, let's talk about depersonalization. This one is an overwhelming symptom of anxiety. And this is something I personally went through in the past when I used to suffer from anxiety. And I see it all the time with my clients, the people around me. And it makes sense because all of these symptoms of anxiety, they are a natural response from the body. But they're misinterpreted by the person. And it continues the loop of anxiety because of the misinterpretation. Yeah. Fascinating. So it's important to note that depersonalization is a symptom of anxiety. That's crucial because people tend to resolve the symptom, try and solve the symptom rather than the root cause. That's crucial. Now, why is depersonalization, also known as derealization, why is it the worst? Well, it's the worst because you feel detached from your emotions. When you're around people who are crying at something and you're not crying, or you just have a feeling of a disconnection from the people around you. You feel like you have no control over your racing thoughts. You're just catastrophizing and it's just on a constant loop. You feel like you're automated. You're walking around and your legs feel weak, like they're going to give away at any moment. Very, very common. The world seems like it's tilting from under your feet, and you feel like you can't control the things that are coming out of your mouth. You say something and then you react to what you say with, oh my God, why did I say that? But the emotion is not really there. You're still feeling emotionless. Emotionless? Yeah, that's a word, I think. And then you're also observing yourself from a different perspective. Like you're a fly on the wall, or you're very judgmental towards yourself. And I'll give you an example of an experience I've had with depersonalization. I remember going to the coffee shop and then leaving, crossing the road, and I was just in this state of just this blur, right? I felt like everything was numb, my body, I wasn't in control. I was just like, what is happening? Like, where am I right now? And I was just walking across the road and I jaywalked and a car just went right past and almost hit me. And I thought to myself, Brad, you almost got hit by that car. Why don't you feel some emotion right now? And then I'm like, oh my God, that's strange. I don't really feel the emotion. Like I almost got hit, but it's like there's nothing there. I just feel numb. I feel disoriented. Like I'm living in some sort of dream-like glass sphere, whatever that is. Like this glass snow globe of distortion and gray. That's what it felt like. And so depersonalization is coming from a natural response from the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is the fight, flight, or freeze response. It's evolved so that we can respond to any danger around us in a very quick manner. I think it's like 1/1000th of a second or 1/100th of a second. I mean, it's quick. it's damn quick. And you know that because you're walking down a trail and you see a figure and you immediately go, oh my God. Or you're in the basement late at night, you hear a thump and you go, oh my God, what was that? You see a stick on the ground, kind of looks like a snake. Your amygdala maps it out like a snake-like object onto your being and you go, oh my God, and you jump back. Yeah, that's coming from this ancient system. It has more control over you than you of it. Now, depersonalization is coming from this ancient system. That's why you feel out of control when you're in anxiety mode, right? Something has caused you to be in anxiety mode, a perceived danger, perceived threat, and now you're in this thing days, weeks, months, and people perceive it as some sort of mental illness, or like they're going crazy, or they're going to be sent away into an insane asylum, or that they're this unique snowflake with this unique illness. No, the anxiety symptoms are being misinterpreted. This ancient system is being misinterpreted, but now, because you're watching this video, because you're watching my channel, you now have an understanding of, oh, this isn't some unique illness, that I am going through anxiety, I am going through depersonalization, derealization, and that's a big thing, to now attach that label to yourself, because now you're not so much in the unknown, you can kind of understand what's happening and relieve all of that pressure, right? The paradox starts to break apart, right? You're in this paradox here. So the amygdala has detected a threat. Now what's going on here? What are the underlying causes for the amygdala to go off? Well, depersonalization typically occurs when someone is going through trauma, or there's so many problems happening all at once in someone's life. Well, let's look at the different reasons. Job changes causes a lot of stress and anxiety. Relationship dysfunction, death of a loved one. You might have an illness, or did you cheat on someone? Did you betray someone else? Or did you hurt someone? Did you witness abuse? Or were you abused as a person? Now, there are unresolved problems, emotional reactions from your past that are still lurking within your unconscious mind. Someone with anxiety disorder, they go through something traumatic, they don't deal with it, and so they try and cope and mask it through by other means. And then later in their life, when things get even more chaotic, they don't remember the origin. Like where did this all stem from? Maybe it was 8 years old. Maybe it was when you're 15 years old. Where did it come from? And what is underneath the surface that has yet to be resolved? And now the person is trying to grapple with all of these problems now. Oh my God, I'm failing my classes, and then I'm worried about this relationship, and then oh my God, what about this job? And now they're grappling with so many problems. They're just in stress mode all the time, and they're like a zombie. They're automated because the amygdala, it's taking over on the driver's seat, right? Now this ancient system is controlling you, and you're like, I gotta control this thing, I gotta resolve this symptom. But little do they know, you gotta go a little bit deeper than that. You gotta solve the root cause before any real change can take place. Because if you're trying to gain control over depersonalization, what happens is that the pressure of trying to gain control is only going to fuel the anxiety. And then it's going to be this giant loop that seems like it's never going to break. It's never going to end. So what's the first thing you need to do to break depersonalization? Let go of the wheel. Understand that this is a natural response. You have to stop caring that you're in this mode, that you can't control your speech, that your legs feel like jelly, that you can't seem to get a grip over what's happening. You have to let go, accept it. You have to stop caring. That's it. You have to accept the purple elephant in the room rather than try and ignore it, right? You got to go hug that purple elephant rather than, there's no purple elephant here. There's no purple elephant here. No, there's a purple elephant here. You're not feeling well. But accept it, hug it, understand that it's depersonalization, that your body is just going 100 miles an hour every single day. And no wonder you're in this state, right? So let go of the wheel. I beg you. I beg you. The second thing you must do is you have to implement techniques to calm the body down. So this means you have to add habits into your life that are different from your previous lifestyle. You got to sit down with yourself more often and meditate. Do some breathing exercises. I have a lot of meditations on my channel. Check those out. Those are good. You have to take more walks in nature. Maybe you have to resolve your workplace disputes, or maybe you're not fulfilled at your job, or maybe you're in a toxic relationship. But I would say look inward first. Give back to yourself first. So that means giving up the 5 cups of coffee a day, giving up the sugary snacks, giving up the 2 a.m. television time with Cheetos and Chinese food. You have to give that up. You have to give up sleeping in till noon, or maybe the weed or alcohol, the crutches, right? You have to slowly, one at a time, lift bad habits, replace bad habits with new empowering habits, right? Because you want to subtract something, there's going to be a hole there. What are you going to replace the hole with? Maybe you're going to read for a while. Maybe you're going to spend time in your bath before bed, light some incense. You have to change your physiology. You have to give back to yourself because your stress system is active. You have to counteract this system with your parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. Calm down. You have to slow down your roll and start to solve these problems that are happening. And the best place to begin is to look inward. Just do things that'll calm you down first, okay? You have to change your habits and then slowly over time sacrifice those habits that aren't working for you, that's only fueling your anxiety. Now, third is you have to solve those past traumas in your life. You have to reframe those past traumas. I do this a lot with my clients. So if you're interested in coaching, I recommend you click the link below and we can talk via email, and then we can meet up via Skype and do these exercises together, right? And what I do is I guide my client through a past traumatic experience, and I help them. They do the hard work, by the way. They'll reframe the traumatic moment. They'll go through it and resolve it and attach a lot of safety to the trauma so that their unconscious can let it go. Because the reason why they're holding on to it is because it's unresolved. They haven't unraveled what happened back then. And I guide them through that unraveling. So these are the 3 things to diminish and eventually resolve the depersonalization or derealization. And that's where I'm going to leave you on today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you check those links below. Very important, because anxiety recovery, this is your mountain to climb, so climb it. Rise above anxiety. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so that whenever a new video of mine appears, you will be one of the first to know. Namaste.